Guys, I would like to smoke weed very badly, but I will not because I'm once again quitting. For those of you that have been following the channel for a while, you'll be wondering, oh Ian, I thought you quit already like a year ago when I made my other video about quitting weed. And I did, I had, but I fell off. I fell off for sure. I came out here to New York, I was still going strong for a while, and then I had some friends and they were like, do you smoke? And I was like, yeah, I smoke. And that's how it went. Once again, I felt peer pressure. It wasn't really peer pressure at all, it was peer offer. So not to say that it's the fault of the friends at all, but kind of just goes to show that the people that you have around you really does affect what you do and stuff. And I'm quitting again because it really is an addiction for me. Some people say that you can't get addicted to weed. I think that's false. I know that's false. Sure, you can't have physical withdrawals, which is usually the understood definition of an addiction, but I know that you can be mentally addicted to it. The fact that I'm able to drink alcohol every once in a while and then stop, just like a normal person, or every once in a while I'll smoke a little cigarette while I'm drunk because it's awesome, but I'm not like the next day like, oh, I need another cigarette right now. Whereas weed, bro, like there's something about it. When I start smoking every single day, I want to smoke some more, and I think I find myself wanting to hang out with people sometimes, specifically so that I have an excuse to smoke weed with them, be there someone that also smokes weed, which is obviously not good. You don't want to hang out with someone just to do a drug with them. That's like addiction truly right there. But yeah, I remember the reason why I'm quitting again is, I kind of got into a habit of, I'd smoke every once in a while, but then recently, a few weeks ago, I got into a habit of smoking every day. I'd pick up a little pre-roll and then smoke before I went to sleep. But I remember I was on a phone call, a FaceTime with this girl that I like, and I was smoking some weed, and she was like, oh, you're smoking weed again. I don't think she was saying it in any judgmental way or like any negativity at me or whatever, but I just felt personally, I was like, man, like I don't want to be the type of person that I become when I'm in the habit of smoking weed, and when I'm actively smoking weed is not I want to be better for that person. I want to be better for me, obviously, but this is the type of person that I think is very cool, and I think I would need to be very cool too to deserve this person. The smoking weed makes me not cool. It makes me so lazy, and it makes me anxious. Like it prevents me from doing all the things that I want to do out here. I got into the habit of, I had this full-time thing being like a care home aide for this guy, and I'd get a little pre-roll once I was off and then smoke and then go home, and then I would get home and I wouldn't work on any photos or videos or create anything because I just was tired and I wanted to go to sleep. And there's obviously a place for sleeping after work, that's normal, but when my weekends became smoking weed and not doing anything either, it just made my life worse in a lot of ways. And it wasn't ruining my life, but it certainly wasn't bettering my life, and I don't need anything in my life that's taking away from the betterment of my life, because I'm a try-hard when it comes to bettering my life. So for those reasons, Sharks, I'm out.